Welcome you all dear students. Today we are going to learn about glimpses of the past. As you can see here, glimpses nothing but see briefly or brief look. Before you read, here are some pictorial glimpses of the history of our country from 1757 to 1857. 1757 is famous for War of Plassey, and 1857 is about First War of Independence. These pictures, the pictures which is given in the following pages, so those pictures along with speech bubbles in the sense the words which is given in the form of like this. So this is what we call speech bubble. See, these two pictures along with speech bubble will help to clarify understanding of the conditions that led to the event known as the First War of Independence in 1857. So, with the help of speech bubbles and pictures, we have to understand this concept. What is that? The First War of Independence. As you can hear, the first picture, the martyrs. What do you mean by martyrs? One who gives away his life for the sake of the country. Got it? So for them we can call martyrs. Here you can notice Lata Mangeshkar, a very good singer. Along with her, Nehru, Lala Bahadur Shastri, then Indira Gandhi. So let us look at this speech bubble. Oh, my countrymen, let your eyes fill with tears as you recall the sacrifices of India's martyrs. See, this speech is taken after when our country got independent from the British rule. So at the time, these words are taken, right, at a function in Delhi. So after independence, so this function is conducted there. In speech, this word is taken. Let us move forward. Say in this picture, we can notice Jhansi Rani Lakshmibai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Lala Lajpat Rai, Bhagat Singh, Subhash Chandra Bose, Mahatma Gandhi ji, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, then Bahadur Shah. See, this is what the picture who fought against British due to, in order to get freedom from the British rule were in our country. Let us move forward. The company's conquests. What do you mean by conquests? See, here is mentioned 1757 to 1849. So conquests is nothing but victories. Victories of British in our country. With its superior weapons, the British East India Company was extending its power in 18th century India. See, with the help of the superior weapons such as guns, bombs, cannons, right, and even pistols. So these are the weapons are used by British to extend their limit, their power wherein our country in 18th century. Here you can notice the map, right? India map. The color which is given in yellow, that symbolizes Indian princes. So the color which is given in yellow, so that is occupied by Indian princes. Then the color which is in pink, that is what? The kingdom of British territory. So it is happened in the year 1767. Look at the next picture. Indian princes were short sighted. Short sighted in the sense lacking in foresight. See, what is that foresight? See, Indian princes, they fail to understand what is happening in the future. Here you can understand with the help of this bubble that upstart Rajah Baha called the English merchants. They will help me to defeat him. Here, him refers to another king in India. See, British called as English merchants. English merchants help this king. Who is he? Rajah Baha. They helped him in order to defeat another king where in India. In this way, British people is near to Indian princes in order to divide and rule. Got the point? The people had no peace due to such constant fights. So, in the kingdom, there is no peace, only fights, constant fights, regular fighting. So, due to this reason, in India, people were suffered of this concept. Let us move. The rivalries helped the East India Company, and it could easily subdue Indian princes one by one. Say subdue, in order to oppress, in order to divide Indian princes, what they did? Rivalries. Rivalries in the sense fights. So fights between or fights between or we can say among rulers, Indian princes, they were fighting each other or one another. They thought that British people, they came here to help them, but they don't know what is the intention of British. Their intention is to subdue. How? Easily subdue Indian princes one by one in order to take the power from them. A far-seeing ruler like the brave, who is he? Tipu Sultan, Tipu of Mysore, fought the British till he died fighting. See, it's about another history. Tipu Sultan was famous, who made lots of fight between him and British. He is the reason. So he died in the fighting with British. He didn't shook his hands with British people. He always fighting with British people because of his kingdom and his country. Then, thank God, there is peace in the country now. No more wars and no looting by thugs. Who said? This man. You know, this man said this. What is that? Thank God. He is thanking God. For what reason? The reason is there is peace because of British. No more wars and no looting by thugs. Thugs, cheaters. So there is no war. So all are free. All are in peace. There is no suffering. Why? What is the reason? It is the next person is saying it is God who sent the British. So there is peace just because of British rule, according to him. Then our destiny is linked with them. Them refers to British. So whose destiny? Whose destiny? People of India. So people of India's destiny is decided by British according to Indian people or Indian rulers. How did Indians react to these conquests? So it's about India's rulers and what they react. So reaction about the conquests of British is this. So we read about this, right? Then another side, the white man has killed our dethroned our kings. Here some people they were talking one another about white man. White man refers to the British and their rule. Some kings were not good, but after all, they were of this land. Now we have become slaves of foreigner. Foreigner refers to British people. See here, people are talking about white man, British rule. Because of their conquests, they made the kings of India. I mean, by killing of all the kings, the rulers, Indian rulers, by taking the power, by taking the throne. In this way, they made their establishments and they suffered all people in India by taking their lands, their crops, see everything. But see, at the same time, people of India who helped British to kill another king. In this way, British people leading their power, their land, their extension, right? With the help of Indian rulers. Let's move on. British rule 1765 to 1836. Religious leaders preached ideas like untouchability and child marriage. What is that untouchability and child marriage? Untouchability, which we cannot touch one by one just because of this untouchability, right? Child marriage. So marriage is take place when the people, I mean, when the person is in very small age. Anyone who crosses the seas loses his religion. So, who preached? Religious leaders who preached people not to cross the seas. If they crossed, what happens? They are going to lose their religion according to preacher, who religious preachers. Then all the misery in the world is due to women. So here one person is saying about all the misery. Yes, say it is not misery, it is misery. Misery in the sense discomfort or grief or suffering. See, one old man is going to say all the misery which has happened in the world, so due to women. So women, they are the reason to happen all these sufferings and all. The truth was that Indians had lost self respect. The British scorned them. Look at here, British people, see, they talked each other. Here you can see a person who came and bending, right? Here we can notice the speech bubble. The natives are unworthy of trust, incapable of honesty. Who said? This man. True, your honor, but I am honest. Who said? This man. Indian, who helped the British to divide the unity wherein India. Got the point? Here, British people used some people's brain in order to divide their unity. But people who contacted with the British, they helped them to move or to extend their limits, their power in this way. Next, being merchants, the British wanted quick profits. Their heavy taxes forced farmers to abandon their fields. Look at that. Being merchants, they came here in order to buy things because India is famous for spices and all. But here, what they do is they wanted to gain profits, and their heavy taxes forced farmers to abandon their fields. In this way, they collected farmers' land. When the farmers failed to pay that heavy taxes which is forced on them, then they trying to get very quick profits in order to fill their pockets. But your men are taking all my crop. Who said? Farmer. Farmer is asking British man, you are still in arrears. If you don't pay next week, I will send you to jail. In this way, British people made the farmers behind the bars just because of taking or collecting taxes, right? In this way, they are going to hold farmers' land, then immediately sending farmers to the jail. This is the way they are going to hold the lands of the farmer. Got it? Next, still, the British invented other methods which gave them more profits. See, after this incident, they came here in order to gain a very quick profits. How do they earn? Here we can note down the speech bubble used by this man. The goods manufactured in England should not have any import duty when brought into India. Say British goods which is manufactured wherein in England, that is taken to India, and there is no import duty. Import duty in a sense the taxes which is given to transport from England to India. See here, two men agreed. What do they say? A good idea. So what is that good idea? In order to save tax, the East India Company's loss began to cripple Indian industries. So what is that? Uh, cripple. Cripple. The industries is in India. So if the British people wanted to bring goods from England and they wanted to sell their product in India, before that they wanted to close the industries which is owned by Indian people. They wanted to close it. After closing Indian industries, they can easily sell their products, their items which is from their goods from England. So this is the way to gain more profit. Next, inevitably famines. What is that? Famines, a person who dies from the hunger. Famines followed between 1822 and 1836. 15 lakh Indians died of starvation. Starvation, the word you might have heard the earlier unit. Starvation, person who dies just because of lack of food. See here you can see people who talking, and one boy or daughter of this two sleeping or died just because of starvation. The British policies ruined the expert artisans and their business. So businessman in India or artisan in a sense the person who is very good in craft work and all. They came there and they're taking their power or their work. In this way, they forced British policies on them and they're making the servants of British. In this way, Indian people suffered a lot and they died. Here is given 15 lakh Indians died of starvation. Thank you so much, dear students. Let us meet the next class.